In a surprising twist of events, Bitcoin is now almost back at $42,000. So what is going to happen in the next couple of days is going to be very, very key in determining the direction from, say, February all the way into the halving in April. If somehow Bitcoin can close back above $44,000, ideally $45,000, in my opinion, that sets us up for a bullish continuation into the halving with potential all-time highs still as the target by April of this year. However, if the price drops back below $40,000 for the end of the monthly close, so after 31 January, then it looks more bearish and the potential downside is more likely in February through maybe even March or April. So real quick, I want to dive into the charts in this video and share with you my thoughts, what I'm looking for based on an if-then framework. If you are not yet following me, subscribe to my channel on YouTube, follow my page. If you're watching this on Instagram, down below, smash the thumbs up or the like button, and it helps it gets out to more people. So diving in here, we are back at 41,781. This is the easiest way to look at the Bitcoin chart right now, okay? Very, very simple. Look at the price action only. This is a daily chart. So as you can see, we had this horizontal kind of support here that got tapped many, many times around about the $40,000 level. As is the case with technical analysis, usually the more times price taps a level, eventually it breaks down below it. As we saw over here very recently, we just got this break below. Now, this was potentially a bit scary because we had Grayscale all of a sudden selling millions and millions and millions of dollars. We had all these inflows into exchanges, potentially people looking to sell. Now, what happened here is that while Grayscale was selling, sure, we actually saw the other ETFs that got approved also buying. So there is this kind of transfer in the markets, and these whales, some are offloading, but others are still accumulating. And now purely based on a technical standpoint here, this could be a massive bear trap here where it looked like it was going to continue to break down, but instead of the breakdown, we got a fake out here, right below it. That's fine. It took all the liquidity, so everyone who had their stops here, they got taken out, and now we're back up here. And everyone is betting on this breakdown now. There's a lot of shorts here all the way up. So it is still very possible. Okay, at this point in time, we have 4 days left before the monthly close. If in those 4 days, we get back up to above 44,000, maybe even 45,000. I will show you in a second the monthly close. Then it starts looking a lot more bullish. So right now, the bulls have a chance. And if we can stay above this level, so let's say we stay above 40,000, we might get a bit of a pullback short term, like today or tomorrow. Maybe it pulls back to 41 or something like this. But if we can continue here, there is a very real possibility if we get that monthly close above 45K, that the continuation happens in February, March, and maybe even April into the halving, as has been my front run theory, where we might potentially see all-time highs by about that time. It would be pretty nuts, but let's see how that plays out. Now, just switching it to the weekly chart real quick. Look at that sneaky candle with that wick down. Now, the caveat is we have less than 48 hours left, but we still have a decent amount of hours before this weekly candle closes. So anything can still happen. These markets move a lot. But assuming that we close here at 41,800 or higher for the weekly close, so within the next 2 days, by the end of this week, this could just very much be a wick to the upside, trap people, wick to the downside as it usually did, trap people, but it got back above this level, and then we can still very much see continuation here to the upside. That is still completely a possibility. Now, I want to show you the monthly, and this is going to be telling. It's going to be very, very important to see how this plays out, because this is going to determine, in my opinion anyway, just from analyzing these charts and using the charts as a kind of directional weather vane where the price is going, what I want to see here is I want to see this happen. Like we saw here in January of 2021, I've said this a few times that we might be repeating January 2021. So for those of you who don't know, in January 2021, we had this massive run up in price from about 10,000 all the way to 42,000. We got a very sharp correction. Within 3 weeks, it went from 42,000 to 29,000. It closed back at $33,000 at the end of January, creating this massive wick to the upside, a huge drop, a huge amount of scare. It flushed out all the leverage, but it pulled back up. So we have a similar situation developing potentially where Throughout January, okay, we've obviously had this big run up from 15 to 49,000. We had this big drop from 49 to 38,000. Now we're back at 41. If this can somehow close with a green body, similar to this in January 2021, we have the potential that this was not some top that's going to be followed by multiple weeks or months of downside, but in fact that it is just going to continue straight to the all-time high, just like it did over here in January 2021. You can see similar thing. February, March, two very big green months, and April is when it topped out at about 65,000. So it is completely possible. We are at a very similar level at this point in time. You can see that was 33. We're now at 41. Okay, so it's completely possible within 3 months. If we get 2 or 3 big green candles to the upside, we could be looking at all-time highs. And that is going to depend, in my opinion, do we get this monthly close or not? And obviously, I will update on the first to let you know what we got. But basically, the criteria is we need to close above 45,000 for the month. So on January 31st, above 45,000. And then I think there's a very good chance of continuation higher. However, if we do close, say, below 40,000, it looks a lot more bearish because you see it would close as a red candle and it might be something more like this then. And then we would probably expect more downside into potentially the low 30,000s in February or March. So it's very much an if-then scenario, and based on how this is going to close, that is going to influence my opinion on where things are going. So I will do an update on the first. I just wanted to share this with you right now so that you can see. Personally, I am leaning towards the bullish case, okay? If I had to guess, I would guess 45,000 close for the month and then continuation into the halving. That is still my primary scenario, but like I said, I will adjust my own scenario and expectations based on what the chart shows, and we will know that on the first. So make sure you subscribe down below, follow my page on Instagram, smash the like button, leave a comment with your thoughts. Do you think I'm wrong with this? Do you think I'm right with this? I would love to hear. Leave a comment down below, and I will see you in the next video.